Hey, what's up, guys? So we are checking in today. It will probably be another quick show. DP wants to give you guys an update on his Born Free Bike. He's got a ton of progress on it. So I will walk over to the other side in 1 minute. I want to tell you guys a couple of things. Don't forget, here's the flyer for Sunday, May 19th. We're teaming up with Motion Concepts in Taunton for a bikes, cars, and coffee. Let me wait this way. Bikes, cars, and coffee. That is Sunday morning, 8 to 11 at Motion Concepts in Taunton. It should be a good time. Hang out, spring first meet. We will be there with our bikes. They got some cool hot rods over there, as well as there'll be food, coffee, all that. So that is Sunday, May 19th. For all you local guys, if you want to come out to that is our first local event for this year. And then also Parrowwood's Bike Nights, which I'm looking, I guess I forgot to upload. Yeah, that's not right. Forgot to upload the flyer for Parrowwood's Bike Nights, which they start in June. So it's June, July, and August. It's on the third Wednesday. So the first one, I believe, is June 19th. Yes, so June 19th, and then July 17th and August 21st. So that's the third Wednesday of June, July, and August. That is the Parrowwood's Bike Nights here at our shop. All you guys local want to come out to them. It's a really good time. We get a good crowd. If you guys are watching, make a comment, because I don't know who's watching. I don't know who is on here and who isn't, because it doesn't show me. Anyway, so I see Captain Rick, he's still in Florida. Jay Costa, Craig Ferry. Hi, Craig. Kenneth, trucking through Utah. You know any other salt flats? One of my favorite places. John Holloway, thanks for always tuning in. Wenton, what's up, Wenton? Hope to see you soon. Let's see. Oh, FX Dingo. Anyway, all right. So once again, guys, that is Parrowitz and Motion Concepts. We're having an event Sunday, May 19th. It's 8 to 11 a.m. Bikes, cars, and coffee. If you guys want to come to that, then the Parrowitz Bike Nights is on the third Wednesday of June, July, and August. So it's the Wednesday right after Laconia. Usually our June one is our biggest one. We have food trucks, a band, stuff to give away. It's a good time. So those are Parrowwood's Bike Nights here at our shop in Halifax. I think that's the basic things. Oh, hi, Dee. Miss you, Dee. All right, so I'm going to bring you guys over to the other side so we can, let me flip the camera. Okay, you ready, Dad?
I'm ready.
All right. So what do we got here for your new Born Free Bike?
Okay, this is my Born Free Bike, and it's coming along. We've made a lot of progress. It's a Ness, early Ness, 5-inch stretch, 7/8 tube frame. It's chrome moly. This is one of the early frames that Alan had built. This is a dummy motor and transmission. We're running an S&S 124 twin cam motor with a Baker 6-speed naturally, BDL belt drive, and so we're getting. I'm gathering up parts. We're doing the fab work. One of the biggest things was this battery box and electrics. Obviously, on Alan's original frame, the oil tank was here and the battery was here. Well, the oil tank obviously is in the transmission. So what we're doing now is we cut this part of this center tube out.
Hey, wait a second. Let me rewind you for a second. For people, you and I just assume that people know, but when you say the oil tank is now in the transmission, explain that a little, because for the people that don't know.
Okay, this has got an FL transmission. So it's a Baker 6-speed. It's an FL transmission 02 to 06 transmission with a +1 pan, which that means it holds 1 extra quart of oil. Now, Baker previously made these pans, but I don't think he's making them anymore. So
No, they're not.
I was lucky enough. Bert had one stashed that he gave it up for me.
Yeah, Scott told me those are a rare find.
Right. And so anyways, that's the deal with the oil tank.
So what people, to put it in perspective, this is an oil pan,
right,
versus an oil tank.
Right.
So he switched it to, normally they would be a tank, to now the oil is in the transmission.
Right, because we're using an FL drivetrain.
Right.
Rubber mount drivetrain.
So would you call that an B motor? Is that what the difference between the A and the B motor?
Well, an A motor mounts just like an early motor. It mounts the same way as an Evo, and the B motor.
So is there any difference in a twin cam that has an FL transmission versus like a twin cam that's in a softail?
Yeah.
Just the mounts, or?
Yeah, the mounts are different because the transmission mounts different.
Yeah, but I mean the motor itself is not different.
No, the motor's the same.
Okay.
Now, so anyway.
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt, but good knowledge.
The battery is going to go over here, which pretty much fills up this side over in here. Over here is the electrics, but let me tell you, this is part of the electrics. Okay, this is from Jeff at NAMS, my good friend, who's going to wire this bike for me.
Thank God.
And this is a Thundermax tuner. So this will go down inside here, and this harness will run in the frame up to its prospective spots.
So that's a lot of electronics in an old school bike.
Well, a lot of this is going to be cut out. This is a system, a custom bike system that Jeff makes at NAMS, but we're not running any switch housings, no switches on the handlebars. All this bike's going to have is a headlight switch and an ignition switch, basically, and that's about it. So we can eliminate a lot of stuff. And also, we got to put the coil. We got to put the coil in here somewhere. I haven't really figured out where yet, but anyway, so this is going to be welded. This side here is going to be all an integral part of the frame. This is going to be all finished welded into the frame. This side here is removable. If you want to come over. Okay, there's 2 bolts here, and then there's 2 pins inside here. So the cover fits on these 2 pins, and then it bolts on here and here. So that's what's going to hold this on. This has got a pretty nice radius around here. I would have liked to have had more radius, but we don't have the room.
Why are you having that removable, so you can get at the electronics easy?
Yeah, we have to be able to get at the electronics.
Without taking the seat off?
Yeah.
Is that the point?
Yeah. But we probably will take the seat off to get at it anyways. But, you know, the one thing that I'm striving for here with this bike, it's going to be a full ground up custom, but I want to make it accessible. I want to be able to, if I got to work on it somewhere, I don't want to have to take half the bike apart to work on it, which a lot of them you have to do that. This here, everything I'm making accessible, so it's a lot easier to work on.
If you have to work on it, hopefully you won't.
Well, you always have to work on customs.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But anyway, so this is what we've done so far on the frame. Now, this swing arm, this is an early Daytech swing arm, double rail swing arm. Usually Alan supplied a double rail Nest swing arm, which was a little thinner. This is 1-inch tubing. Everything here is 7/8. But this is an awesome swing arm. This is also, I think this is probably an inch, between 1 inch and 2 inches longer than a Nest swing arm. So it moves things back. We moved the shock mounts. So the shock mounts are here. The brake anchor.
Why did you use that swing arm and not a Nest one?
Mainly because I had the swing arm.
Oh.
And the Nest ones are really hard to find, and I didn't have one.
That's what I figured. They're hard to find.
And this one was available to me, so and I figured it would be a little different. But I also had to notch it here to make sure that I had plenty of clearance when the shocks are fully compressed. Now the shocks right here, these are Brock's shocks. These are Batubos that Brock sells, and Brock is a good friend of mine, and we work together on a lot of projects. So
what size are those?
These are, I think, 13s, which I these were specific to the ride height that I wanted.
Which is going to be low.
Well, it's going to be low, but not as low as I would like to have it. But I want to make it fully rideable too. I want to be able to get on this bike. I'm going to take this bike to Sturgis. This will be my ride this year in Sturgis. And also, it's fuel injected. I don't know if I said that. Running fuel injection on this. And Jimmy at Horsepower Inc. is making me a polished billet throttle body for this.
Yeah, HPI makes good stuff.
Yeah, they make great stuff. We used to use their throttle bodies on our race bike when we were doing Bonneville. We always used Jimmy's stuff, and it worked great. Okay, the wheels. Next step. Carbon fiber BST from Brock. And this is kind of an odd size. This is a 17. This is 17 by 4.5. And the tire is a 160. I didn't want to run a 180. I wanted it to be a little different, be in the middle. So I'm running a 160 17. Now, as far as the brakes go, of course, we're running Lindell rotors. This is...
look at that fine piece of jewelry.
Yeah, this is from Paul at Lindell. And again, Paul makes great stuff. I've got his rotors on my Softail, and Jody's got his rotors on her FXR. So we like to use Paul's stuff whenever we can. He has matching pads to go along with them.
So the chrome, so you're going to do chrome on as much as possible?
Yeah, everything's going to be either chrome or painted. No black at all. Actually, the carbon fiber wheels, I'm going to paint these wheels to match the bike.
I think people might kind of already know, but can you tell us the color? If you know, you know. If you don't, too bad.
Well, I can tell you this. My favorite color is red, but it's not red.
Not going to be
not
red.
Orange.
Yeah.
So I'm doing something a little out of my my realm. Okay, the fender. This is the rear fender here. We rolled the end to give it that old school look. We used to do this on all the bikes back in the day. Roll the end and weld it all up so everything is solid. The front mounts are recessed right in. Then they're supported inside. And the fender mounts to this bracket right here on the frame.
Can you hold it up to it? Like just to get, yeah.
Mounts right in there like that.
So it'd be kind of short. Well.
No, it's not
yeah,
really
I guess
short.
you're going to say actually maybe
and
not.
And then these are our fender rails. Okay, the fender rails are 7/8 tubing that we sliced in half. Welded a flat plate on the back, tapped them. So the rail is going to fit just like that in there. It's kind of radiused here to go around the shock mount. So it'll be pretty cool. It'll mount like this here. And the fender is from Russ Wernemont. Russ makes great fenders. We use Russ's fenders in almost everything we do. anytime we've got a fender that we have to replace, we use Russ's fenders. This fender here, to get this exactly right on this 160 tire, we had to add a 1/2 inch in the middle. So we split this fender, we added a 1/2 inch in the middle. So now I've got probably a 1/4 inch clearance on each side, which is more than enough. So that takes care of that. I'm going to use one of Russ's taillights on the fender. At least I think I am. I've got so many of them. And I really like them.
As long as you like them.
What else? Now, we'll go to...
Are you going to put a chain on this?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
This will have a chain drive.
Good.
Now, if I want to go over here to my draw...
We have designated draws over here. I think I had a designated draw.
Okay, here are my master cylinders.
Ooh.
These are from Brock. These are Brembo. And I took them all apart, polished them. I hope I got them back together right.
I guess we'll find out.
But, running a hydraulic clutch. So
those are pretty nice.
Yeah, these are the master cylinders. They're all polished. Now, let's see. Let me get to my trees. My front end, I'm running a narrow 49 millimeter. I called my old friend, Bare Knuckle Paul, and these are Paul's trees. I sent them out, had them plated. Beautiful job on them. They narrowed that 49 millimeter front end just enough. So this is going to be, this will be a really nice deal. Plus he has a beautiful stainless steel axle that comes with this. So, and the legs are chromed. I'm running an MJK calipers on this. Unfortunately, they're out being plated now. But my friend Hot Rod John, who used to work for me, that's Metal Innovations. I do a lot of stuff with John, and right now he's making me the gas tank. So we've got some more fab to do on this week, and then I'll bring it over to John's, and he can fit the gas tank. We've already got the shell all made. Actually, the shells came from Russ Wernemont. Russ had a whole stack of them at his place. Last time I was out there visiting him, and I said, "What are you doing with all these tanks?" He had dozens and dozens of them, and he said he's going to get rid of them. He said they're taking up space. Nobody wants them. I said, "Well, I do." So he sent me a half a dozen of them, and we've already used, I think, 3. We've already made 3 tanks out of them. So the tank I'm doing on this is going to be out of Russ's shells. And of course, like I say, it's fuel injected, so we got to put the pump in it, and do all the outlets and everything. So that's what we're doing there. Now, I guess it's time to show the crown jewels of this bike.
Oh boy!
Other than the paint.
Well, then we can't show that yet because that's not in the works yet.
No. But this is my drivetrain. Okay. This is an S&S 124 twin cam. All the polishing was done by Doug Baumgarten. Doug is a hamster from Ohio. He does polishing. He does a great job. He's been doing all my stuff. He did the engine cases. After I had these pineapple cut, Pineapple Express in Oklahoma did the pineapple cut on the cylinders and heads. Nick Trask supplied the cam cover. Nick makes really cool stuff. These rocket tops are Roland Sands. I've had these for a long time, and I've been waiting for the right use for them, and I guess I found it. The transmission, obviously, hydraulic side cover. This is a Baker 6-speed, and this is all fresh. Bert made this, put this whole thing together for me, and it's going to be a great drivetrain. Now, hooking the motor and tranny together is my BDL belt drive, which I just machined the center to run a mid control. So we just made this, we machined it, and we're going to press this this sleeve with a bushing. We're going to press it into that, into that recess, so we can have mid shift. So this is as far as we've gotten so far. We're moving right along with it. Every week we're making progress. The controls that I'm using are late model Softail that we modified the hell out of, and they're out being plated now also.
You got some Kraus pegs on the way?
Yup, Kraus is sending me his pegs.
Yeah, Sacha makes good product.
Still waiting for Paul's sending me a rear axle. He's making me a 1-inch axle for the rear. What else are we waiting for?
What are you going to do for an exhaust?
Oh, okay. The exhaust we're going to make. Actually, Dan Totes from Connecticut. Dan, I've been talking to Dan for a long time about making exhaust. He makes really cool exhaust for Jap bikes. He does some Harley stuff, but his main business is Jap bikes. So I'm going to bring the bike down there and spend probably the weekend with him, and we're going to make a one-off stainless steel exhaust for it.
That would be pretty cool.
Yep.
All right.
So
when do you plan on hopefully having this broken down for paint?
I'm hoping another week. I'd say by the end of next week, it should be ready for paint.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's getting close.
I don't know if we'll hold you to it. I know how things go.
Well, as long as I make progress every week, that's all I can ask for.
Is that frame out there that chopper, or is that the next one?
No, that's the chopper that we just
tore down.
Yeah, that's the chopper we just tore down.
So the chopper that we had last week on, this is what it looks like now.
Right. This is actually going out to the sandblaster, and then we could start on the paint. So we'll be working on the paint on this for next week.
So you say this is going to the sandblaster, and like to the average person, well, it's shiny already and it's not dirty. Why do you have to send it to the sandblaster?
You got to rough up the metal, get rid of any slag that's on there from welds. Basically, so you've got a really good base to attach Bondo, paint, primer, whatever we got to do.
John Whitmore says those fins came out amazing. So that pineapple cut, that is so cool. Jeff McKinley likes your rocker boxes. Rick Abate's watching that. Rick, this is his Born Free bike. And those of you guys tuning in, this is the Born Free bike the DP is building for the show in California at the end of June. So if you guys are coming out to that or in the California area, make sure you check out his bike and keep tuning in because we'll keep giving you guys updates. Let's see. Captain Rick says it's one badass ride.
Yeah.
Rocker boxes. Tuning in from Martha's Vineyard. John Whitmore says you're a Boston legend. Art from A1 Originals in Georgia. Carolyn says check out that motor. We'll take another look at it. So this is DP's Born Free bike motor, the drivetrain and Baker transmission. So this is a 6-speed and a 5-speed box. Is that what it is?
Yep.
From an F. This is a FL case.
Yep.
I
02 to 06.
So if you guys watch our YouTube page, which hopefully you're watching from YouTube, we posted a video of what this case looked like when DP bought it. And it's a good before and after. I'll have to do another video with it. But it was pretty rough. It was black and crusty and used. And it shows just what you can do with stuff.
My friend Wayne Lofton, who is one of my best friends, we've been friends for 40 years. Wayne is a master at everything he does, including building motors. So Wayne built this motor for me. It was, a crate motor. Wayne took it all apart. He sent me all the parts to get polished and everything. And then I sent them back to Wayne. And then when I went to Daytona this year, him and I were going to finish putting it together. But Wayne got a little impatient.
He didn't want to wait.
I wasn't there on time, so Wayne finished it up himself. But Wayne does an awesome job. He's down in the Daytona area. And again, Wayne is a master at everything he does, including building engines.
Yeah, Wayne gave me my first tattoo.
Right, Tattoo Wayne.
Yeah, he started it.
Yeah.
Brian Chase is when are you guys coming to ride the Cape? Maybe when it gets a little warmer, we'll come down there and go for a ride. Shannon Porce is looking good. Eddie Sullivan, going to be nice. Sly from Canada is watching. John says, love that blue. That is such a good blue.
Well, if this gives you a hint what color the bumps
I was just going to say, is that a hint? All right, guys. I think that's it. Do you got anything else to add?
No, I just want to thank everybody for all the help that I've had in putting this bike together. I'm looking forward to having it at Bor Free. It'll be on display there, and then I'll have it in Sturgis.
Yeah. Okay.
And after Sturgis, who knows what's going to happen to it then?
Yeah, knowing you'll probably sell it before you even get to Sturgis.
Well, as long as I can ride it in Sturgis, that's
yeah,
cool.
It'll probably be sold before it even gets to Bor Free. You can't hang on to anything. Ray Thatcher's watching. Tony Tello, Milt, Bradford Tanner. The motor is amazing. Looking forward to seeing the builds from you and DP. Another masterpiece. See you in May, says Captain Rick. How about this comment? Richard Wall. I don't know if this is like a good or bad. It says, it's funny how the captions are much different than what you say. I don't know if that's because you can't understand me or I'm not reading them right. Yeah. Skipping around. But all right, guys. So this is DP's Bor Free build in the works, as you can see. We're getting a lot of progress going on it. He has a lot of good support from a lot of good vendors. Yeah, cover that thing up, back up. Once again, our Parrots Bike Nights are June, July, and August on the third Wednesday of the month. So if any guys are local and you want to come on down to Halifax to our bike nights, they are the third Wednesday, June, July, and August. So it's the Wednesday right after Laconia is the first one. And then from there on, I don't know the dates off the top of my head. All right, we got one more, Dad. This is actually a good one. Is it going to be flames or graphics?
Remains to be seen.
Oh, I will say DP has been doing some test panels, which is kind of odd for him because he usually just goes for it. And I think the only thing we can reveal is it's going to be wicked cool. So I'm sure that everyone is going to have an opinion of it. Hopefully they all love it. All right, guys. So that's it. We'll be back next week with a guest. So make sure you tune in at noon to our live stuff. If not, if you can't watch it live, go back and watch it. Give it a thumbs up, share it, comment, all of the above. We will see you guys next week.